Hello everybody and welcome back to Let's Play Tera. We are now on the last month of Tera existing and they have now switched off your ability to purchase in-game currency. Though everything in the store still costs money, except that it's now super discounted, except that there's no actual way to get that money now that they have switched off purchases. They also have switched off the creation of new accounts. So, effectively, we're in the last bit of this game existing, and let's open today by heading to Alemanthia. I noticed that I have a side quest in Arcarum with Arcarum Crisis 1, but not only is that zone like 2 levels higher, but there's no direct transfer to it, and it's close to where we're heading right now anyway, meaning that we may as well go to where the main quest is, and then perhaps go to the optional zone after we finish the level 40 cookie. I don't actually know if you get the quest there or not, because it's a fairly small place. I'm gonna assume that you do. I'm also slightly petrified because I can hear my cats fighting and I don't want it to interrupt my husband's sleep. Everyone deserves a good rest, which is hard to do when you have animals. It is also fairly hard to keep upbeat and a happy cookie when you're trying your damnedest to finish a completely empty game before it shuts down. Oh, this is the other town that I remember. So it wasn't a fever dream. Because I remember the really blue things underneath there, which look really, really pretty. I also remember this one being super confusing. Like, you see, Elion is confusing enough for me. And I know that's fairly straightforward, but I'm very bad with directions. It's worse. At least, yep, I can get a horsey. Yeah, I remember doing a bit of questing here.
Fortune favors the bold, right?
Welcome to Alemanthia, Murtawake. Your flight went well? The Desert Jewel is grateful for your assistance, as am I. You must be wondering why you were summoned. Power in Alemanthia is shared between the Federation, the Elders, and the Mysterium. It's a delicate balance. We need an outsider for some very specialized tasks. Your name was agreed upon by all 3 groups. The Mysterium is pleased with you, after your work with Celestial Hills, and your own commanders exult over your cunning and courage. And the Elders? More acquiescent than excellent. Still, this is a great victory. I don't want to give you the wrong impressions or mislead you. I don't mind it. Freya wants to speak with you directly before we begin. She's not our greatest soldier, but true inspiration. Speak to Arshad first. I understand. Yeah, the fight noises are just not my favorite.
Respect my altitude.
Greetings, Murtawake. Frey is waiting for you inside. Well, apparently I do understand that. Good. Good for me.
You watch my back and I'll watch yours. Till our paths cross again.
Couldn't... Does she need her own instance? This is a fairly small room. Surely you could have just placed it in a better way. All of these NPCs that all do something.
Learn. Focus. Do.
Build a tower in the conflict zone prior to civil unrest. Okay, so this is like Guild Wars thing. That's a different game. Guild versus Guild Guide. Yeah, this is definitely a Guild Wars thing. Oh, not something that we can engage in unless one person counts as a guild and I can find a single person counterpart, which is currently very, very unlikely. Elian's new friend arrives at last. Welcome to Lamanthea. Thank you for making the journey. That really reminds me when Wildstar managed to organize a single, like, guild versus guild event in, like, the special battlegrounds, and it was really a mess and very, very hard to get right. There are a number of issues facing this city. Some require a deft touch, an outsider's touch. Sharing power in the city is something of a dance. It's intricate. Requires exquisite timing. If one missteps, it hurts for a long time. I apparently definitely understand. You really have to end the conversation there and restart it again? I'm trying to investigate her outfit. I feel like it's slightly the wrong color because it just looks really skin colored. As an outsider, you have certain latitude in how you conduct business. Still, there are skeptics. Your work will reflect upon us all.
Feel the core's power.
Our shield towers in the Stronghold of Blood were our best defense against the Argons, but Thulsa's forces invaded and captured them. According to the Mysterium, the shields went down right before Thulsa's forces arrived. Go to Tria and talk to Rayren for your marching orders. Why is that exclamation mark upon your head doing that?
Elves lead the way.
It's really weird. Thank you, magic arrows. In case I did not know how to leave this place, I bet it's through the door. I bet I am right. I'm now reminded of the fact that in most games, PvP is a huge aspect of them, and I never
A memorable
really
meeting.
engage in it all that much.
Victory is inevitable.
I sometimes stick my head in, just like to take a look of what's happening, and then I remove myself from the place. Okay, where's... yeah? Lightwood? Essenia. As opposed to Vestonia. Okay, this is fairly weird. The quest is level 41. Blightwood starts at level 38. And I did receive the quest at level 38. I feel like somebody cannot handle the numbers. And I think it's not me. I also kind of hate how we tend to use the gates for everything. I am sure that at this point I am close enough for the horsey to just go straight there. Like, it's a zone over. Like, half a zone over. So will we use giant portal? Because it wouldn't save us time, it would actually waste it. Please tell me we don't. We do. It's like right next to us. It's just as long as you kept on flying straight, you would have arrived there. There was no need for this. I suppose it makes for easier flight paths, but... Can somebody explain how a desert biome is right next to all this? I think I just got the achievement for being a tree of forest. And I swear, a sound that's not supposed to be following me is following me. Ah, there we go, that made it shut up. Good. So anyone has any quests besides this dude? Because I'm not entirely sure.
Get to the point.
Reinforcements? Splendid. I don't suppose you brought a battalion of runner cars with you, no? Pity. Those forces are barricaded in a fortress, festooned with mythic wards and arcane protections. That's why these Argons in the north never think about coming down here. But after our shields went down, Thossa's forces easily captured the fortress. We must flush them out and win back the fort. I definitely understand that. Oh, you have a theory about fortifying the stronghold of blood, do you? A fortress wards are meant to be powered by the core, but we cut the connection while the enemy controls the stronghold of blood. Thossa's forces have no comparable power source, only the Dark God himself. That is their strength and perhaps their weakness. Oh! That's not Ubdoc, but that's Lubdoc. Commands the Arcanists at Castrum Mysterium in Silent Hills. Oh, that doesn't sound like a great place to command the Arcanists. He's trying to figure out a way for our troops to retake the fortress. My character just like understands everything. Okay, I can use the teleportal, but I understand that. Just like my character, I definitely understand. Bed? It's been bed. I wanna check out if there's any other quests. There is. That's definitely not a suit. I don't need the anything else that I have.
Fortune favors the patient.
That's for 38 armor. Never gonna be using those. There's a lot of things I won't be using. There you go. You can... I'm gonna just pick up a couple of these and a couple of these for future use, just in case. Oh, it wasn't Elian, it was Velica. That was what the town was named. Oh, that makes sense. I am never getting keys because I don't have money and there's no way of getting in-game currency as of yesterday. So, you know, I might just throw it away. It's slightly sad because, I mean, might have been nice to just like RNG a couple. But I wasn't gonna spend money on a dying game. Okay, you are there. I don't know why I stared at that for so long. Like, there's a certain gambling element to when you're opening mystery boxes and you're like, I opened X amount of mystery. What we're gonna do is we're gonna, like, after I had my fill of this game, like on the last week, right? Or when I finished the main quest, we're gonna go to one of them ladies that was selling cards in strong boxes, and we're just gonna spend all of our characters' money on those cards, and that's gonna be my gambling element. If Thos is powering the fortress shields himself, he'll be looking for a way to use the core crux to power them instead. If that happens, the infiltrators I sent in will die. If you get to Liberation Station, what a jolly place. Quickly enough, Velnin will be able to stop the infiltrators before they breach the fortress. Be careful, the route between here and Serenity Valley is crawling with ancient blade golems. Why does your kind have ancient blade golems? That sounds really sharp and not... No, not very good. I don't think there's any other quests around. I'm very sus because I am very used to there actually like being quests in high amounts. So when there aren't, I assume that I might have missed some, because that's very, very easy to do in this game. How dare you still live? Thank you. You don't get to stay alive in my presence. I do actually remember doing a bit of crafting in this game. And spending a bit of money on this game. Oh, wild cowlicks. That's so cute. Guys, is there more than one quest in this location? Apparently not. Okay, I am definitely very suspicious about it. You're too late! They already left. They're halfway to the fortress by now, no doubt. We don't want them dying over a miscommunication, though. Here, take this homing device with you. It will help you find their location. If you can make your way through the ancient spear golems to reach the team, might just save them. Just in case, I'm gonna do like a quick run around. Check. But no. I have a feeling that what happened with this place
You look troubled.
is that they actually fully removed quests here. What do you mean homing device used? And why did it make a glug noise? More importantly, why do I need to stop and fight some four random little golems on the road? Okay. Can I not? pretty water. Whenever I see pretty water, I always just think that it's time to fish, but it's never time to fish. Oh, hey guys, you're actually higher level than me. That is impressive. And someone like remembered all the side quests from everywhere, which is really weird. Ah, there you are.
Words are meant to be shared.
Heavens! I never thought that someone like you would risk their life just to save us. Nonetheless, we can't just stand here and let Dulce's forces lay their hands on the core clerks. Hydas went ahead to set up our attack plan. Please go and tell him that we need to retrieve the core crux as soon as possible. I understand everything at all times. Also, when you say went ahead, could you explain clearer what you mean? There's no passage through here. Oh, well, hello there, Arrow. Kinda like the big red things. The fact that they have red names intrigues me. So many camps, so many teleporters, no quests. Well, thankfully I found the arrow again. Hello, arrow. I'm sorry, where exactly are you pointing? Oh! Okay, I have wall climbing capabilities in here, fair enough. That is acceptable.
Immerse yourself in magic's glow.
Orders to retreat, I see. Well, the core crux is hidden in the shield stone, but I can't spare anybody to retrieve it. Murtawake, you'll have to go and get it. Let us spare the hero instead, because if she would die here, that would totally not create any problems. We'll distract Dulce's forces and give you some room to operate. Malfunctioning or not, we must get the core crux back. What is your plan, mister? The core crux is inside a large chest, which can be summoned by activating shield stones. Hurry! We can't let such a powerful artifact fall into the wrong hands. Is it back? Yep, it is back there. In that direction. Oh boy. Oh, so that's why I was just... That's why the quest was level 40. Because the game... It removed everything from here. How to speed up leveling experience? I know, we're just gonna remove everything from here. That will surely help. But mister, what if people lack experience to level up? But that's their problem. I'm glad that I found the other stone going here. Would ask if we're done here, but obviously not. Game has shrunk the place so much that I am getting kinda impatient. Like my expectation just suddenly becomes further shrinkage. There are broken fragments of Ishkarad carapace inside. Dulce's forces must have already found the core crux. Hunt merciless Iskara guards and savage Iskara guards to see whether they still have it. Oh, the chest teleported away. Well, that makes sense. Just as like you're not using me anymore. Time for me to go. You are nothing like what I'm looking for. They're precisely like what I'm looking for. Okay. This is about as clumsy as I could have been. But only need one more and are you sure that your issue is the enemies and not countless weird ass butterflies on your field? Commander Garrick? Who? Ah, it's the dude that looks different. I'm like, your forces did not have what I was looking for. That means that you must have it. Imagine if he got like really confused about what you're looking for and you're just slaughtering people left and right in here. But yeah, now I'm less invested into the attacking army and a lot more invested about the super strong butterflies that are down there for some reason. Like your wildlife is stronger than your invading forces. Well done! With the core crux back in our possession, Dulce must keep dividing his strength to hold the fortress. The fight isn't over, but at least we got a chance now. Take the core crux to Regan and Trea. Well, this is gonna be... Is Trea really on the same map that... what? Okay. No, Trea is... that explains it. That explains it why I was that confused. Yes! Oh! Good boys gave me a teleport. Again. So like, here you go. Can't really expect you to walk 5 steps. Or to buy one yourself. I feel like I should actually like run off and explore this map. It's because the previous map has absolutely no side quests. It doesn't mean that this one doesn't.
If you're lost, check your compass.
A remarkable device. You saved a lot of lives today and gave us the opening we needed. I feel like something about that segment was really cut down. You're a good soldier, Murtawake. We're fortunate
For the
to have you.
Federation, and for us.
Side quests. Wait a minute, I just got orders from the headquarters. Have you heard of Blessed Basin? It's located northwest of Alamantia. Expedition over there wants your help. They say only you can help.
In some way?
Before the Divine War, Blightwood was a realm haunting of beauty. Then Shakan slew Locke and destroyed the ancient forest. Maybe you shouldn't have killed Locke then. The Mysterium has a plan to reverse the damage, but they need your aid. Is it to revive Locke? Because I have a feeling that you would really solve your issues with the cultists if you just did that. Speak with Guare in Tria. He's cranky but a brilliant priest. Mysterium team in Blessing Basin is asking for you by name. It appears to have made an important discovery that involves you. Go to Tralion. Gelren is waiting for you. Report to Magister and Gelren in Tralion at once. Alrighty, but my sir, I found the side quest and I'm not gonna waste it. It's about bloody time. I suppose Raken really thinks we can't just wait for the heat death of the universe. Now how best to put you to use? Do you know much about the history of Blightwood? Anything at all? Broad overview, apparently I do. One Shakan tore Locke apart, Locke's flesh and blood tainted the woods. It's almost like maybe you shouldn't kill gods. The Mysterium has studied it extensively, and we believe we have a solution, but it requires assistance of soldiers. Soldier 1. Our researchers are trying to purify the forest, but they're constantly under attack by thorny timber wolves. They weren't always so aggressive, but at most things hereabouts they've been contaminated by Locke's evil. Or perhaps it's the fact that they're thorny. That must be very irritating indeed. Kill them, so that Arcanists can continue their work. Report to Javel once you're done.
I'm here to help.
There's something else that you wanted though. Report immediately to Diorif at Tempest Reach on the Frozen Coast. Support the Arcanists looking into the cause of the recent disaster and subsequent undead attacks. Mysterium Chief. So I have a quest in Blightwood, I have a quest in Blessed Basin. And I have several in the Arcanum. Cool. Well, let's tackle this one by one. I cannot believe that you send me to Asenian Crest for the... Or was it Timeless Woods? It was one of these. I think it was actually Asenian Crest. Do you not have like an exit to your own zone? This is weird. Or is it through the flight manager? It is through the flight manager. And I can't believe that you sent me to like a third of a zone that literally had no side quest. It was really weird, man. I do not approve. This place feels very incomplete. Aw, isn't this lovely? So green. I mean, I know that I'm apparently on wolf hunting expedition, but so green. It also feels kind of weird because I am running into mobs that are red. But also into a lot of mobs that are gray. Outside of Tria, you say? I don't want to kill the unicorns. Go away. Go away, unicorn. I'm winning the fight with the wolves for you. Don't involve me.
Hear the thrum of magic.
Excellent work! That's one problem dealt with. You took down the whole 4 wolves, that will be enough. But the wounds the wolves inflict tend to fester and spread Locke's evil to the victims. Ooh. Wounds that spread Moral alignment, that's pretty interesting. Please go to Camp Zakai and see Mysterium Inquisitor and Anare. The road to the camp is overrun by smokepaw timberwolves, which have been exposed to an even stronger source of contamination than the thorny timberwolves. I believe their teeth can be used to create a cure for the sick workers. Please eliminate the smokepaw timberwolf and take the teeth too. Anare. So a single one? I mean, apparently I need 6 fangs. I think that's more than one wolf, even though each wolf should have at least fangs. I don't actually know how fangs on wolves work. I know that people have 2, but maybe other teeth count as fangs on wolves. I wouldn't know. I don't know what constitutes a fang. Is it the fact that the tooth is long and sharp? It has like a pointy bit. Because we have 2 that have a pointy bit. And they kind of dull over time, and then honestly, the pointy bit ends up being not very pointy. Apparently the wolves have been blessed with a single tooth with a pointy bit. All the loot belong to me. Ah, there we go. Thankfully, even when the map decides to not work properly, I can still click on things and receive direction, which I do enjoy. Not that I enjoy clicking on things, but I do like when the direction still works. It's only you again, this is so weird. The potions I make with these are surprisingly effective in staving off infection. Have a batch ready now, take it to Larison of the Garby Outpost. It's desperately needed. Alright, so now we're just running from outpost to outpost. I don't know whether the zones were unfinished or butchered. When I see a wall like this, I don't actually think that I can climb them. Oh, look at this dude just really peacefully traveling on. I don't know what that is, but I am intrigued. And as I am intrigued. Sorry. That is just so beautiful. I like people not even seeing quests that have anything to do with these things. Like, apparently, it gave me an achievement called Who's the Boss? But that's it. I am used to things that are like that being like attached to quests. And in most zones they're not now, and that just makes me very suspicious about how much altering the game has actually received.
Consider the core.
Anari's remedy is much appreciated, and so is her kindness. One might think the contamination would diminish over time, but the opposite seems to be true. In fact, more and more of our workers grow ill, and now the purifiers have stopped functioning. What can I do to help? We need someone to restart the purifiers in the south. We could do it ourselves, but there are tainted Jarmarax in the way. They're attracted to the purifiers for some reason, and make maintaining them extremely hazardous. Clear them out and restart the purifiers. We should start seeing a difference soon after. Once again, a whole hub completely devoid of quests. Like the game was like, no, you don't actually come to quest here. You come to run. I'm not really sure that these dudes are doing any interfering. They're kind of just doing some standing around here. Is their whole existence toxic? That it. I'll take that, thank you. Can I reactivate you? Yes, I can. Good. Like these people... These things, they were very peacefully just standing to the side, kind of politely. Like, this is a place where we're supposed to be. We don't actually know why. So we're just gonna stand around and wait. Aw, those dudes kind of look really cool. Okay, he is back over there. So let us return. A bit of fear that, you know, there's so many zones remaining and so little time. And now I'm just wondering
What advice be welcome?
if all of the other zones are as empty as this. I know you could pull it off, but there's no time to celebrate, unfortunately. We've known for a long time that the remnants of Locke's body corrupt the local spirits, but lately these spirits have aggressively attacked our purification teams. Without our efforts, the corruption in the zone will spread, and there's no telling how far it will reach. The most powerful spirit in the area is Geist. If you defeat Geist, I think other spirits will back down. Whoever Geist is! I defeated a giant thing, but I don't think it was a spirit. It had a very metal body. I think that classes as a robot. Up. Ooh. Pretty. My character is just like, oh, shiny. interesting that this place has a spirit infestation. Because, I mean, I wouldn't really class them as spirits. I know that they're kind of bobbing up and down in the air, but they seem very corporeal to me.
What a noble presence.
You recovered the bracelet from Geist? It's pulsating with necromantic energy. Take it to Guare in Tria. How well versed in such matters, he'll know how to best proceed. Use this teleport scroll. God damn it, guys, I bought my own. Let me use them. I have folded my headdress several times into my headset in order to stop it from falling off, and I'm keep on being very fearful that it's gonna hold itself. Hi.
Brothers here.
The very touch of this bracelet is nauseating, but it's not Locke's power. It's more likely that Rosa's dark claws are behind this. We could possibly turn this power back on the Wraiths, but we need another god's power to add to it. My colleague, Gerleon the Timeless Woods, could help us here. So where now? Oh, yeah, in the Timeless Woods. So the Timeless Woods and this place is interconnected like that. So yeah, they sent me to Essenian Crest before. That is very sparkly. Okay, that is a shop sign. I was like, is that something player made? Because it feels player made. Normally sparkles are like player exclusive. Normally peasant NPCs get no sparkles.
Let us conspire together.
Interesting. Warriors, right. We could use another god's power to combat this corruption. You've come to the right place. I've been researching Shakan's power for years. Timeless Woods, the very place we stand, was where Shakan lived ages ago. His power is everywhere around us, including in the beasts that live here. I nearly read that as breasts. That wouldn't have been good.
Remember this meeting.
Shankan's altar has the requisite power, but it's in the hands of Shurians. If you want to use the altar, you'll have to kill Artania and Limkatas. That should provide your worth to the Beast Lord. When that's done, place the bracelet on the altar and wait. If you're worthy, something will happen. I can send you directly to where they are. Yep, this kind of smells the altered intro again, where a whole bunch of things just feel like they have been very much cut down. Especially considering that we're still in the same zone. This is not an instant. A bed. This is not an instance. What I wanted to say. Now remember, I don't actually need to be here. This is completely optional. Place it in a second. They still have a nuisance in here. I mean, I would do it, but I'm trying to locate the altar. Is it this? Yes, it is this way. It would be so much easier if quest signs were not borked. Strange vibration rumbles up your spine, though the forest around you remains silent. The bracelet grows dulled and crumbles into dust. I'm sorry? The altar calls to me! Is it just going, Myrta? A feeling of warmth and comfort spreads throughout your body. You hear a voice whisper to you, do you wish to return? You're confident that this is the right thing to do? Please return me back to whence I came from. The game's definitely speeding me through. It works splendid. Shaq and Borth also know love, so this offering must have pleased them. Let Guar know you have dealt with this problem and give that cranky priest my regards. You destroyed it? The bracelet was a divine relic! Well, what's done is done. It's worth worthy sacrifice if it can get rid of the region of corruption you served us well, Murtawake. Ah, okay, so that was 2 side zones then. Let's see if we can teleport to Trallian directly. Yes, we can. Why was it even asking such a thing? Why would I ever not be able to just teleport there directly? So the real question is, please throw a coin, were these zones ever like proper zones? Because there are enemy types there. So I swear they should be. But then they're not utilized at all. Same over here. So I have for level 44 and above a ring, a sword, a glove, the wall, and another ring. That's 2 rings and 1 necklace. And I am currently wearing, yep, 1 necklace, but I don't have any earrings. Yeah, I don't. And I don't have the rest of the armor. But I am collecting armor for level 44, which is very soon.
Lessons are never easy.
The Mysterian most eager to talk to you. They're adamant about needing your assistance, but are more close-lipped than usual about the discovery. The team is still in the field, so head west to Crossroads Camp, but be prepared for anything. This insistence on secrecy is unusual even for them, so I assume that their request will be as well. Go meet Lelone! And why would you ever walk anywhere in this game when the game like really wants to push you forward? I need to know where the teleportal is. Because you see this giant thing that says teleportal. Yeah, it kind of feels like there should be one. Oh, this is where it is. That's... Everything's incorrect. Let me complain about it. What did you do to this game? Who did the overhaul and what did they do? Hello?
These ears await your words.
Glorious! We've been keen to work with you ever since we read about your exploits. You certainly made a name for yourself in the brief service. Small wonder the gods took notice. You read about me? Your name and your deeds appeared on the cenotaphs a few weeks ago. All of your actions are chronicled there. You should speak with Einstein at Seeker's Locus. Along the way, read the stones. See for yourself. Okay, well that's definitely the first... That's a lantern. Oh. I'm just gonna go to where the West Marcus. And for there. Ooh, these ones have an achievo tied to them. Just in case the game like forgets to actually give me XP. I would like its health bar, but I suppose that is optional. I don't need to know what I'm killing. Okay, the health bar is for that thing over there. Just if there's any questions, we're not killing a level 70 enemy. That sounds like a very bad idea. With them because it's gonna be XP. When there's no zone XP whatsoever, I am quite worried about it. I know that I don't need it, but I don't know for how long will it keep up. I hate how the only way I can leave this dude's health is if I'm standing far enough away. Well, at least with this one, I should be able to see what I'm doing. Okay. Yep, thank you. That helps with XP a little bit. Excuse me, my fat man, I have literally no reason to kill you. I am currently leaving. So that dude is impressive. Considering that level 70 is the maximum level, I have to assume that it's like some sort of open world boss or something. Alright, so this should be the first one. Long ago, Aaron and Shara, weary of war, left the realm of strife. They laid down their treasures and realms of power and fell into a deep sleep. and as they dreamed, the world came into being. That's nothing about me. Heron's sleeping form became the eastern land and Shara's the west. Their tears became the ocean, their breath the wind, their dreams became reality. Okay, the story continues to chronicle the Age of Gods, the Divine War, and the Modern Age to mortals. Among those to rose up and protect the world was the adventurer Myrta Wake. Okay. I have a feeling that somebody just like tacked me on at the end onto a legend, and that would feel really weird. I see more more achievement enemies. See Mossy Careless. It does mean I'm gonna kill them. And set off to the city of the goddess of Velik. The city was threatened by enemies within, while the worshippers of the Deceiver Lock brought chaos over the continent of Aran. Through trials long and hard, Myrta Wake exposed their plot and ended it. But for Myrta Wake and Elion, the entire realm would have perished. Well, without it, that is. Meanwhile, let me satisfy my urge to kill. By having at least some sort of opponent, please. Hey, at least this is not a bad opponent. Beats not killing. That power chest is green, I don't trust it. Know what ability is the rain thing? Because I don't know if it's on my bar. Oh, that's a boss, I think? I mean, sure. Why not? Achievements are fairly meaningless. Okay, they're gonna make it fun. Brother might come back. before I'm done with you. Which is fine, considering that I'm killing a specific amount of them. And honestly, doing 2 at once was at least somewhat more fun. They were like actually threatening and shit. Don't mind me, just missed literally everything. Oh, whoopsie daisy, I launched in here, sorry. There we go, 4 out of 5. Having achievement enemies is kinda slightly weird for me. Well hey, I have a lot of things to upgrade now. Do cost quite a bit of gold. But in comparison, I have 24,000. I don't think that I specifically need that gold. I think I'm fine. Apply the glyph as well. I'm not applying any gifts. Unfortunately, this is not purely internet. Yay! Time for me to get my reward. Thank you. This is a earring. I already have 2 of those, so I won't need that. There's already 1 pair of gloves there, so I won't need that. Got this other earring. A boot. Duplicate of a boot, so I won't need it. And I'm still lacking the top. So hopefully something's gonna give it to me. You gotta give it to me. I thought for a second that somebody is following me. I suppose those things are. Because I was like, player? There's no such thing as player here. It's just a surprise when there's people walking their dogs at 4 AM because that's when the sun comes up. I'm like, I'm taking a walk during sunrise because I like taking pictures and because I'm very nocturnal. What are you? I am assuming normal person doing here exactly? And most secret will be revealed to Myrtle Wake in the most unlikely of places. Will face a great trial, the hand of this seeress shall walk the path between the shadows of trees in Blessing Basin and take a step closer to truth. It can't be. Maybe Ansi knows something about all of this. Maybe she's the one that put it on the stone to begin with. Alright, so if I remember correctly, we don't upgrade these. Accessories we don't upgrade at all. So I'm just gonna equip those. Gonna place it fine over here. That's for selling. Then with everything else, we enchant it. preferably suit to +3. You used to be able to force items to like +12 or 13 or 14, something like fairly high. And I remember me and my husband managed to upgrade a very early sword ridiculously high. Because we were just that lucky. There was like a big chance of not having success. And then the game made it so that you can't even do that. Like +3 and nothing else. I think this is the system where we would like combine items. I think that's only available for certain items. Because you used to be able to upgrade one by combining two, I believe. Is this place?
You need anything from me?
Will always
Stay
have a
strong.
place to vendor places. Vendor stuff like rather. Take all my junk, please. Level 44, armor, crystals, and accessories. Cool. Where's the level 38 one? There we go. I have a new hobby. I'm now collecting level 44 ones instead. Hello.
Greetings.
Fascinating reading, isn't it? We didn't believe it ourselves until we inquired whether the Welkian Federation ever had a soldier named Murtawake. Helion's exploits are well known, yours less so. Not here for fame. A wise policy, no doubt. All the instructions are there. You are the Hound of the Sirius, obviously. You must walk through the shadows. Whatever test you face next, the stones will guide you. Well, wish me luck. This is so chill. I am now taking the giant-ass enemies as optional side quests. Which, when there's no actual side quests, I'm taking as something that I should definitely do. The hand of the Sirius must be tested. When fully prepared, the hand may use the stone to proceed. Beware hubris, destinies are infinitely mutable, and the visions of the series guarantee no outcome. There's no fate but what you make. I'll use the teleport. I'm kind of really hungry, but I have very little left. It used to be a kebab. Now it's just some bread with mayo. To be fair, it was a pretty good kebab. So I don't regret eating it, but I do regret that it's all gone. Hello. Pattern is emerging in your mind. I hope there's no math involved. I am indeed ready for the test, whatever it is. Please tell me that it's not a math test. I mean, I could probably handle it, but under pressure, I tend to really fuck up.
Hero, the path before you is dangerous and dark.
Don't go alone,
So
take this.
many have lost their courage and lost their way.
Don't go alone, take the Moss Stone Guardian. Oh. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna be surprised when things don't die in one hit, I suppose. And so we meet at last. I am Mistral, Seeress of the Gods. You have journeyed far to reach this place in space and time. You've been tested by the Huntress herself, and now by me. I have to know if you have the strength to go even further, to defeat an evil more powerful than any mortal has ever imagined. Our world faces a danger graver than anyone realizes. It will take a soldier of incredible courage and fortitude to face such an inexorable foe. This test was harsh, but necessary. You surprised me. You can't imagine how rare that is. I mean, I killed everything with one hit. I myself am surprised. This sword is awesome. The test never ends, Murtawake. Your performance, however, was most promising. You're on the same path now. In time I'll be able to reveal more. For now, take this book and study its secrets. There may be a moment when the knowledge in here will carry the day. Stay strong in heart and purpose. Our destinies are intertwined now. The journey is clear, even though the destination is yet unknown. I have other pebbles to place, so I must make my leave. Farewell for now. And she rushes off to inscribe more legends onto stones. How come they immediately leave? Ooh! Big fish. Apparently I'm not allowed in the fountain. That's a sad thing. Can't even go swimming with the big fish. Have to go and swim with the small fishes instead. How sad. Too bad.
Such urgency.
A goddess of fate chose you and you passed her test. Incredible. Do you know how few are chosen, much less survive? You're chosen to go die by the goddess's hand. This is a moment of enormous importance. I must prepare a report. Return to Trellian and let Magistrate Jetren know what transpired here. Take this teleportal scroll. Move really fast, please.
Helping others is a delight.
Has been foretold, the blessing and the protection of the storm shall be upon those with the lion-like courage. The god of terror shall fall, and the god of death shall follow. The undying flame shall be quenched. The daughter of chaos shall close her eyes.
For the Federation.
The mistress of our destinies will one day guide our ship through the skies, through the black wall, at last to the solemn ground of the descendants of Oriwin. The memories of the gods will reveal the way to protect mortal lands from the Master of Chaos.
Honor this memory.
I have a bad feeling about that. You never want to be in a place where the god of death falls. Whenever there's gods involved, you have to kind of assume that the area that they rule over is like their doing. So if the god of death falls, nobody can ever die anymore. And that sounds like a whole different kind of hell. Like, Imagine, you sustain horrible injuries, you can't die. You grow old, you can't die. You're a sludge on the floor, you can't die.
Always
And then you will be like, curse the good
test.
gods that managed to kill the god of death somehow. That doesn't seem like it was a wise decision now. You're safe. You've been waiting on pins and needles. What happened? Incredible. You met with Mistral and you passed your trial? Your fortunes are rising. The book she gave you is the Nelsier Codex. It's said to contain the location of a terribly powerful artifact. I'll send the codex to Mysterium in Alimentia for further study. When the time is right, it will find its way back to you. Well done, Myrtle. Okay. It's probably wise to actually go to Alimentia right now. From there I can always go to the side quest zone from there because I have 2 side quests over there. I didn't just have a kebab, I also had Pringles, but if I keep on eating Pringles I'm gonna run out. That's just the way food works, which is weird, I know. Okay. Oh. What? Where? That way, apparently. Well, let me go faster then. Well, at least it is marked on my map, just not very conveniently. Ah, I see. It's right next to the flight manager, so that if you enter through the flight manager and not the teleporter, you would have a lot of a better chance to understand where you're going. There's like a lot of things to do in a single location now in a different zone, and I kinda wanna know whether or not I will also be sent there with this.
Respect my altitude. We've got to stick together.
That's one of the reasons for doing the main quest. Yay, guilt-free gold area again. Hi.
Core's power.
Another quests in Feral Valley? The warring Orcan camps in Feral Feral Valley. I've joined forces and attacked the Federation near Valpelrada. See Primus Luma for details. Ah! Good of you to come so quickly. As much as you've done for the Federation, I need you to do something more. You must understand, Myrtlewake, the Federation is my first responsibility, then proud Alimentia. What I must ask you to do is neither the Federation nor Alimentia will appreciate, but it is a debt I owe. You must trust my words. You must not tell a soul.
Feel the core's power.
The elders suspect Kaidon, a commander in Vestonia, has rebelled and seized power of the core for himself. The Kaidon I know would never do such a thing, but our relationship colors that sentiment. The elders of Alimentia will not listen to me, especially since Kaidon is a Mani. If I am wrong, I will leave my army against him myself, but I know in my heart of hearts he is innocent. Take the Pegasus to Akaram. That's near to the rebellion, as you can safely fly. The Mysterian agent there, Harul, is trustworthy. He will help you find the evidence you need. Ah! Okay! Now I have a lot of things in Akaram. There we go. I was right. Good thing I didn't go there and come back 3 times over.
Let us reason together. Together
I am really
strive.
surprised now that she didn't just give me like a scroll going, and this is what will take you directly to a Karen. Considering that the game was doing its darnest to try and shove me through the door.
Visitors teach us much.
Aha! Take me here, please. Is there even a point of charging for these travels? I mean, maybe logically there is, but it's such a small amount of money. Yay, blue! Is there any logic in using the gate? Some of these zones are very close by together. And all of them are very much different biomes as well. This is the cold place I remember. Good thing I never hallucinated it. Because when you last have played the game like 9 years ago, you're not that sure. That gate is very far away from where I'm supposed to be going. Interesting. I mean, it is here, but from the last one, I practically landed right outside the gate. Time to put the snap away. There we go. Then using any ability tends to get rid of the noise. There's so many people that I need to speak with in Arcare. And none of them are marked on my map, hence why I'm running around right now. Did I get... Nope. I'm yet to get any chest. I think that's 4. I think I have 4 right now. I think everything costs 5. Annoyingly. Ah, there we go. Do not crash, thank you very much.
You look ready for battle.
You're a gutsy one.
I'm glad you're here. As near as anyone can tell, a mana fluctuation along the shoreline caused the freak storm. The water and everything that was in it are frozen solid. Canis at Glacial Bay Research Station is in charge of the mana gouges. He could use your help. Well, I'll do what I can. I'm sending troops down to Tempest Reach to help them get a handle on the undead swarms. Head out and report to the Glacial Bay Research Station. I'm sure they can use your skills. So that's several more quests. Oops. And before I speak with the red question mark, because I can't miss that one.
Well, speak up.
You're the wrong dude. I have... Someone's named almost the same
What's
as
the
you,
matter?
so I thought that maybe that was you. To protect those under my charge, I seek wisdom and patience of my Akarim ancestors. The Siren rebels must be punished. Can you help? Of course I can help.
Attention!
Those who survived the storm at Tempest Reach fled in every direction. They're returning now to rebuild, but I don't know how successful they'll be. The entire area overrun with undead, and even on a pleasant day, everything's frozen. And that's just to begin with. Oh? Unfortunately, the people of Akarim have no idea where the next attack will come from. Tulsa, the rebellion, the weather in this nightmare place. The burden of taking in refugees has been the final straw, and villagers like Arvo have convinced the others not to help. It's sad, really. As isolated as they're here, the people of Akarim have always valued cooperation and sympathy, even in times of great danger. The emblem belonged to one of the elders of Akarim who fell during Tulsa's first attack. Would you bring it to Arvo and convince her to change her mind? Okay. If I open the map, everything's here, and then there's one in Tempest Reach.
It's an honor to help.
Kaiden might not have been a traitor, but the army seems to be his. And we can't just ignore that. Several of Kaiden's former soldiers live here in Akarim. Maybe they'll have some insight. A fine plan. The more input, the better. Keep warm and good luck. I hope you'll get more out of them than I have. Excuse me, lady. You say keep warm, but... how am I supposed to keep warm wearing that? I feel like I'm practically naked. You, on the other hand, look like you're actually keeping warm. Okay. Let's go and question some villagers.
For some action.
Yes, I was once one of Kaiden's soldiers. He was an excellent leader worthy of respect. For that reason, I would make the traitor's death quick and painless. Out of respect for who he was, of course. That does not tell us much. That's all like, oh, I respect the dude. Good for you.
Is inevitable.
I can't believe General Kaiden is leading the rebel army. Sure, it looks like Kaiden's army, there are similarities, but those rebels, there's something strange about them. Something wrong. Potentially the fact that there are other gates. That could be it. Ah. Hard fragment boxes. I really want to gamble, but I shouldn't. I'll gamble later.
What's the matter?
Traitor. Kaiden the traitor. He fooled us into thinking him a hero while he plotted this rebellion. Now his army brings chaos and death. I like how my character's just like, oh, I understand. I completely sympathize. Happened a million times to me. Absolutely can't believe it. Ooh, there's a yellow and a red quest.
A meeting of allies.
Yeah, I've already been asked to bear too much. It's not turning our backs to our neighbors, it's turning our backs to our future enemies. They could all join the traitor any day now. Things have been unbearable since my husband died fighting the traitor. I've dedicated myself to his memory and to serving our Karim in the old ways. The way our elders. Like the one who owned this? Where did you get that? The emblem belonged to my aunt. She was a brave Aman, and a kind one too. She died leading a group of wounded away from the fighting. Perhaps my grief has been directed at the wrong people. Will you help fix the broken? Well, you can count. I don't know what I'm gonna be doing, but you can count on me.
An honor to see you.
It doesn't matter whether it's Kaiden's army, oh hello, midriff, or not. Why won't Elementhea headquarters deal with the rebels once and for all? They're killing us and he killed my family. My character understands. We understand. I now have a level 45 quest, which...
Remember this fondly.
The levels are catching up to me. Sounds familiar. At least you're up to speed now. It's not exactly a tea party out there. We killed a few of them, but they killed a lot more of us. Right! Okay. I feel like not voicing my character's thoughts is a bit better than voicing them. If we don't do something decisive soon, the whole area will lose trust in Federation forces and Almantia might not well make it. What if we investigate the bodies of the Kaiden's army? See what's so wrong about them? Not a bad plan. Investigate the bodies and report back on anything you find. First, make a few more corpses out of Shuran fighters and berserkers, a daunting pass on Mount Tyrannus. Will it impede your progress and might give these people a little peace of mind as well. Let's investigate the corpses by making some. It will help. I have 2 quests that are actually the exact same quest, except in different quantities. Yep, okay. That works with me. I am gonna check out the station right next to it, in case there's some more quests there. I'm not gonna like rush into killing these because they're right next to a station in large amounts. I think they're called outposts. I keep on calling them stations. Either way, it's something somewhere. For some reason. Because if there's more quests, maybe somebody else would be like, can you kill some more of those things that are roaming the area, please? I don't like how spread out they are, especially considering that I need to remove 20 of them. Yes! Found the side quests.
May Kaya fight at your side.
Someone's supplying Kaiden's army in secret. We can't let them recover from our attacks. I need you to steal those supplies and hold them back here. If anyone's going to benefit from Estonia's bounty, it should be us. Go commit some robbery. I'm already committing a murder. I don't see anything wrong with that. Kaiden, the name holds many meanings for we, Amani. Once he was a symbol of our glory and strength. These days are long gone. Kaiden emerged from the Citadel of Torment, a mad, ruthless tyrant. He conquered Mount Tyrannus, and without the sacrifice of our people, he'd be right here slaughtering us all. The battle has dragged on for too long. We are in dire need of supplies. We have soldiers, but no way of arming them. Bring us weapons. I don't care how. In fact, if you should pry them from the cold, tired hands of Huron fighters and hornheads, I will be downright pleased. Okay, so we do have more quests to slaughter. And there's... Oh, I was right! Suddenly I have quests for these tiny dudes as well. I want to get to the chests first. Because I'm gonna assume that some of them are gonna be guarding them. Yep, I was right. I mean, you don't seem to care that I'm taking them right. Oh, there we go. You care. Anyone else? Yep, that's... 2 out of 3. I don't like how spread out they are. I don't like that so far I only saw 1 supply bag. Dudes, where are your supplies? Don't worry, I have a good reason to ask, totally. Either there is exactly only 1 bag of supplies. Ah, there we go, I see another one. I'm gonna say the marking is off. Oh wow, you're a runner. At least this makes everybody come to me. It's nice. I'm still not exactly a fan. Because you are all really spread out, goddammit. Okay, time to start investigating some corpses. Supplies? No supplies? No. At least 2 out of 4 supplies now. A strange crystal emanating a eerie light is embedded in the corpse's neck. Now that doesn't seem very good for life, having things embed into your neck. That sounds kind of bad, honestly. Very not good. Ooh, more supplies this way. Glad I came. That means that it's just placed, the sign is just placed really badly because it's directly placed on like a single bag and that's it. Like, yep, that's the supplies. What is over there, over that hill? Oh, don't worry about it. Oh, that's all the supplies. Strange crystal emanating. Yep. That's a pattern. That is definitely a pattern. May I interest you in some kicking? And you. This is just some friendly neighborhood ass kicking that I'm bringing. At least the whole weapon thing is gonna complete really fast. The fact that one of the side quests is like, oh, just kill 20 of them each. So it's if you want me to kill 40 of something, don't spread them out. Don't keep them separated. Keep them very, very close together. I would be very thankful for that. Yep, I'm gonna take that jump too. definitely a big ass pattern over there. Come with me, please. 2, 3, 4. I'm afraid to go any further. Mainly because if I do, some of them might decide to unaggro. I'll take you. For a walk. We're all going on a nice, friendly walk to the soldier's corpse. We didn't really reach it, but I'm not entirely sure you can. I mean, I obviously can, but you guys might be like, no, that's the other dude's territory. Don't walk that far. Well, we definitely figured out what's so strange about it. I have a feeling that we have that covered now. That dude is losing all of his little ones and he just doesn't care. They're like, Master, Master, something's happening around there, and Master in here is not giving a shit. See, that one went for a run. And he was only standing like 2 meters away from me. Hi, your little dudes sacrificed their lives while you just stood around. That doesn't seem very nice. Seems kind of mean, actually. I may as well start getting off this hill, because there's still a whole bunch of them just roaming around free. But they're roaming in various places. We don't need to be here specifically for them. They're not any more or less spread out here than they are anywhere else. $19 out of 20. I think I'm about to complete Berserkers, but I'm not entirely sure. Yeah, it was Berserkers, so I was about to complete. Don't need fighters. I think fighters are the ones with the little dudes. You have some little dudes. You have some little dudes. Come on, come here. Come here. Aww, the little dude screams so sadly. They're not very happy about this dying thing. When your whole team falls, my dude, you don't need to be like, well, I guess I need to join in. You can't just leave. And I really would have gained nothing by chasing you, honestly. Don't wanna... I'm just going on like preservation mission here. I don't really want to attack anyone that I don't need to. Mostly because I'm a lazy bastard. I gain nothing from all of this fighting. Yay! There we go. that's everything down here done. Gonna quickly return back to the outpost and tell them, hey, we did a thing. Definitely did all of those things. It was pretty cool to do a thing. Very nice of you to give me a thing to do.
An honor to meet you.
Good job!
Allies are always welcome.
Great job! Thanks to you, our new recruits will be armed with high-quality weapons. Do I have any... Heck is Australian. I need Arcanum, specifically. Do I have any... I have a lot of Save Haven teleport scrolls, and that's gonna bring me directly to Arcanum, so I don't need to foot pedal the whole way. Not fond of foot pedalings when I don't need to engage them either. I should visit the rest of the camps here. And I will.
I'm here to help.
I don't want to talk about the coastal refugees. Every time Arvo comes around, it's blah 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 resources or yak yak enemies. I'm just so tired about it. Well, Arvo's not upset anymore. Really? What did you say to calm her down? Well, I don't mind sharing some supplies as long as no crazy women are going to harass me. Well, thank you. I'm just talking my way around the town right now. Apparently Arvo was the only one that was stopping them from taking refugees. Are you insane? Look, we can barely take care of our own. I mean, have you met crazy Arvo? Oh, she's doing better now. Better is relative, isn't it? Well, if Arvo is going to help out, I can't exactly refuse. Tell Corinth I'll help escort the refugees across the beach. Yay! We did it! We helped! We helped. Start from over there.
An auspicious meeting. Keep in touch.
Oh, I thought you had a quest mark on your head. Thank you very much.
What's the matter?
It's a big help. A lot of cards you just gave me. Wow, Myrtlewake, I know you're good, but even I'm amazed. Arvo's been making trouble for months, poor thing. We need to get news to the people of Tempest Reach. Will you take this letter down to the Glacial Base Research Station, give it to Kron, the commissioner there? I have heard about the research station several times, so you know. Probably be going there at some point. Winterwolf's encampment is home to the most fearsome warriors of the Serban Rebellion. Head southwest from here and you'll find them. Alrighty. Ah, we get deeper into the zone, which is... I like that. I like when the quests send me deeper into a zone. It makes me think like I'm actually trying to complete a zone. Where am I going? Clearly not the right way.
For the Federation.
You found these crystals embedded in their necks? Well, I'll be damned. Someone's controlling them. Don't say.
Greetings.
Take these to Nadia, the Mysterium... Nania, rather, the Mysterium Arcanist at Holdouts Redoubt. If anyone can help us, he can. But remember, don't say anything about Freya. I already forgot about Freya, so don't worry about it. I can't say anything if I don't remember myself. Get this horsey up. It's gonna be quite the road. And we have 2 quests over there, which is... You're stacking really nicely. I appreciate it. There's only one encampment between here and Winterwolves. And the Winterwolves encampment is not like a full actual station thing. So I don't think that it will have anything extra, so we're just literally gonna stand there and beat things a little. And then we're gonna move all the way to the question mark. Or moving the other way to Tempest Reach. I swear I heard something about Frost Reach. But I don't know if I have any quests there right now. I am unaware of them, at least. Spiders and their peaceful helper mushroom lads. Meandering around. Oh, hello here. You're early. Expected you folks to be a bit deeper in. Okay, let me guess it's 20 again. Because 20 seems to be a number that y'all like now. I do like it how if they're running after you, somehow they're getting like a nice boost of speed. Is that why they take out like side quests? Because some quests now just require you to kill 20 of everything? Yep, it is 20. Thought so. Excuse me, my man, where do you think you're going? Nowhere, thought so. I was gonna triangulate over there, but there's plenty of here. Like, there's seriously people in large supply over here. Where is that mushroom going? One of them was just going on a journey, I see. Excuse me, no journeys for mushrooms allowed. There's so many defenders and so little mushroom people. Doing defenders at the very least, I'm gonna assume will be easy. I mean, I dare to say I'm not wrong in that assumption. The mushroom people that I worry about, because I think that's one. That's two. And there's three over there, but still. Don't expect me to take them one by one, do you? I hope you don't. Oh my god. Side quest for Trumpers involves 120. You serious? That's a bit of a large number. I know that they're with the range dudes, and there's a lot of them, but... that is a large amount. More than I would like. I'll do 3 in order to not risk them running away. fearing that number, but it seems like I'm almost halfway through. Oh, this is the first time I'm seeing 120 on a side quest. Though I have seen like 50 on a not guaranteed drop quest in the game before. Which is normally when MMO just wants to be a dick and to have you grind. More than halfway through the little dudes. I do think that me and the game still need to talk about sending out me to kill like whole armies worth of dudes. I don't know, but it sounds kind of excessive. Okay, time to try and do a defender circle again. Close to done with both now. And then we'll get to be on our merry way further down the map. It's just how I like it. Just what the doctor ordered, further down the map. Can I maybe have your attention? Your attention. And yes, here we go. Perfect. Sit for defenders. Not it for small bros though. Nor is it for small bro keepers. With me. With me. And you too. That's all with the small bros, and that's all with the rangers. Actually, the small bros and the rangers really nicely aligned? Not expect that. I will deliver the quest after I do the red questy mark. I'll have to go back that way anyway. Here the zone is in that direction, one thing. Game tried to push me through the zones like really fast, and that was weird. And now in this zone I actually have to like go by foot through the camps, and that's also weird. I'm no longer used to it. So at one point it was going way too fast. Now it's going slow again. But hey, at least it's familiar! Oh wow, that's a lot of quest keepers.
Federation. Greetings, soldier.
If you can defeat Stalker Company Reapers, you can consider yourself a hero. They're as tough as permafrost. If you want to prove yourself, you can find them in the mercenary camp in the basin on the wall.
The youth have such
You found these where? Odd. Usually find them lodged in the brain. Okay. Reversing the effect is possible, but it's not a simple thing. 4 crystals will be enough to break the effect on one person. Alright then, I'll have to ask you to step back. This will take a moment. Please be patient. Okay, that means I'm just gonna pick up an extra quest while you do that.
Let's get it started.
Mercenary camp is somehow receiving regular reinforcements, but we don't know how or where they're coming from. No matter how many we kill, the numbers aren't shrinking. No matter how many mercenaries there are, though, useless without their commanders. We just have to find out where the commanders are camped.
Let's show 'em
Here's
how
a
the
list of
Amani
sectors
do
to
it.
scout. The lightless mercenaries received more supplies yesterday. We can't pinpoint the supplier, but if they continue to get support as easily and frequently as this, it's definitely bad news for us. Are you up for a raid, Myrtlewake? Of course I am.
Front. You're destined for great things.
There's another quest mark somewhere.
Looking for me specifically?
Oh, it's you. Hesitation in battle means death, but who can help but hesitate when you draw your weapon and find your enemy to be your former comrade fall into the darkness? Some of us have loved ones fighting as one of the Chiran Templars. They will not yield, and I dread putting my sword into my own brother's chest. But to you, they're strangers, the enemy. Will you release them from Kaiden's wicked grasp? Can you go and kill my family for me, please? Would be very thankful. It's weak. That happens when you rush things. Well, you had plenty of time. I fucked off. Wear down the victim before you use it. That will help break the hold. Might I suggest a target? Your friend was Kaiden's best soldier. Even bigger now thanks to the Styrian magic, but I think you can take them. And he'll have real information. Your friend will be deep inside the rebel army encampment. Remember, the potion will work best if he's badly injured and exhausted. Good luck. So remember not to kill him, got it. How can I think war when my head thinks is... Nashwa? A cookie? I would throw myself headlong into battle to win her interest, but she's too distracted by a weapon shortage to notice anything. I hear a count of arms there recruits by raiding mercenary camps. Could you do that for us? Don't have soldiers to spare for such a mission, but if you hit the camps, the Stalker Company destroyers should have weapons enough for our recruits. Then the Schwa will be free to think about other things, like me. That's horribly optimistic, but sure.
Why are you here?
Adam's army wasn't enough. Now he has the Stalker Company mercenaries fighting for him. Stalker Company snipers have arrows laced with terrible curse that makes them far more deadly. If we could study the arrows, we might be able to better defend against them. If you can kill any archers, will you bring out their arrows? I'll love to go ahead with Nshwa's plan. It's a great idea, but the scouts we sent out in that area haven't come back. You'll do though. Go find their commander, Balark, and take him out before these mercenaries get in. Ah! We're finally clean of quest marks. Now all we have is a whole bunch of quest numbers on the map. Preferable. Now one thing that I'm slightly horrified about is that once again all of my targets seem to be unreasonably spread out. That guy's showing off right now. Could I invite you all into my tea party, please? It's 10 of each. Alright, that is more reasonable. Sure, I have more targets, but it's separate quests. So I also get paid for it more. I don't really need that money, but I am gonna gamble it on the card collecting system anyway, if I don't have anything better to do with it, which likely I won't. Come on, both of them. Where are you both going? Okay, I know the sniper wants to snipe, but you guys are just on your way somewhere else. Also, there's a supply crate that has a name, and its name is Supply Crate, and I am slightly... Well, it's just various supplies, I suppose. I was kinda curious about that. Maybe it's something I can interact with, and it appears the answer is no. Only the snipers did that not very snipery thing and kind of approached me from close up. That would be very nice. Okay, 8 out of 10 Reapers. You will do because you're standing in front of a supply bag. I want it. It's my supply bag. I'll need to find some snipers. And I wonder how many objectives will this switch off? Can't actually like group Reapers, snipers, unfortunately, because they will just go way into actual sniping distance like ranged people are supposed to do. But I don't like it because, well, I'm not a ranged person. I'm sure I can get close, but if I try and group them, they will all go into a separate direction, which will make this a pain. Thankfully, there's like a lot of snipers in this area for some reason. It might be more fun to, stick with your friends. Okay, buddy, we all trained together at the Sniping Academy of Snipers. Oh, god damn it, you. I don't even need you. Here you all are. What am I supposed to do with you, huh? That's done. That's done. Take my horsey. And we're running up higher. Where's my potion? Dude, I'm trying to not kill you. Incredibly difficult. Ah.
A new alliance.
Okay, he's just trying to run now. Run! Girlfriend, run! Away with thee! Right, you may proceed with your running. Why do they even attack him? Were they like, our commander's too small? What if somebody casts a spell on the commander? What if the commander is charging into the enemy base? How do you know? How do you know that commander is wrong? Is the spidey sense telling you that your commander is wrong? Come on, Mr. Commander, we don't have all day. Continue, please. Yes. Go on. I am pretty sure that by this point you should make it. No reason for me to continue following you. Oh, you made it. Congratulations. And salutations. I hope living in the new camp will bring you much happiness. And otherwise joy. Alright, the game tells me that there is a path. Don't trust it. I feel like I'm somewhere wrong. Not high enough. Not that I was trying to get myself high, but... Whoa, you're a speedy boy. He's keeping up with a horse. My man doesn't even need a horse. His horse powered himself. No. Oh, what nice light and airy music in here. Hello. Right, I think that all of them dropped, yep, they dropped the exact same thing here. Fair enough. The most that I can... How many of you can I force follow me at once? Not that many, honestly. Probably gonna be more of them around the 2 area as well. Ah, no, the 2 area is just Templars. It's not like a box that I need to open or anything, it's just another type of enemy. It's just a lot of killing today. Oh, 1 out of 10, not too bad. I don't understand the point of running away with low health if you're just gonna continuously come back here. Sounds like a very bad life decision. Don't know what y'all are saying, but I'm gonna pretend that it's important. 5 out of 10. I think this is all of the rest that I even need. There were just so many huddled around the campfire that I couldn't resist. Very comfy, much convenience. Thank you very much. Now there is a 1 in here. Ah, it's you! Ah. Bye. And everything is nice and clear. I don't know why they're having problem with these people. I'm feeling like I'm playing a completely different game. Where killing thousands might be the norm for one person. Because they're like, oh hey, look how big that army is. Keep on losing your forces to it, and it's like, why are you losing your forces to it? Just send 1 of me. It should be enough to kill the whole region if the region didn't decide that taking 10 steps forward is too far and that they should turn around now.
Well, speak up.
You did it! That's good, thank you. It's never an easy thing, killing a good soldier. I would like to be alone now.
Keep it together.
Have fun in your alone time. Remember of all the happy memories, like your family member not being on a spike. Thanks! This should keep things in our favor a little longer. Seb was asking about you while you were gone. I think you might be starting to figure out what I mean by not my type, if you know what I mean. Oof. He got really rejected, poor dude.
Always welcome.
Ah, just as I thought, you're a true hero. It will be an honor to fight by your side.
Where's the Federation now?
This is superb. If I bring these to Nashua, I'll be her hero. Here's a token of my appreciation. Buy something nice to wear to our wedding. Oof.
Greetings, soldier.
Doesn't like you, my dude. Bastard finally got what he deserved. I swear on the blood of the soldiers he slaughtered, his head will hang for a week for the crows to feast on. And his mercenaries to consider. Everyone will be thrilled to hear the news. I can't wait to tell Nashua her plan paid off. Great work! Now we can find a way to neutralize the curse. There must be a way. I mean, I already kind of brought a person that's kind of very neutral, but like you need 4 of the shardy thingies for 1 person. You need somebody to apply them. What kind of fool does he think he am? Kasib just brought me a pile of weapons as if they were a bouquet of flowers. What did he think I would do? We're in the middle of a war and he's acting like a schoolboy. I think I let him down too gently. Next time I'm not gonna be so patient.
Experience is the best sergeant I ever had.
I hope I don't need to like put down the boy for you. We left Elementia in search for the core. We were captured, Kaidun too, and we put under Tulsa's curse. Tulsa took the real Kaidun. I don't know where. The only way to clear Kaiden's name is to take down the imposter and make sure everyone knows it isn't Kaiden. Kill Netharkan and bring back his head. We need to prove it's not really Kaiden who's making the war. And we'll find Kaiden and rescue him. Ooh, that's further down, so I hope the rest of the questy clues are also further down. In the meanwhile, though, I finally managed to find me a chest. And the rest will just need to be sold, because I will once again be fully equipped with the bestest of all bestest of armors. If I could risk it for further enchants, I would.
Looks like someone played a trick on you.
In general, if I could kill everything with one hit, it would be perfect. A few more, and there we go. Also have this one. Now, where are you dudes? Over here. What about Crystal? How many weapon slots do I have? 4. Alright. Time to get some crystals. Aggro, that's crit. Only do this once. I'll take crit from the front. Crit from behind. And from the side. Alright, I already had this one. What do I have now? Wrathful, Savage. So pounding, Wrathful, and Savage. Carving. I can take a carving. And for the armor, it can be the exact same one. Perfect. Ah! Fully equipped. Hooray. Now, my dudes, anyone need anything else? Nashua had told me about the many successful missions. The secret documents he recovered include a map marking the location of one of Kaiden's staff officer bases. Lotishara's strategies have sent many of the Federation soldiers to their deaths. Go and share her the might of the Valkian Federation. How many federations are there? Our scouts followed up on some of the other maps you recovered and found a strange red structure near the center of Kaiden's base. Duran forces chased them off before they could examine it too closely. I need you to bring back a piece of it, or destroy it if need be. I'm bringing you a tower now?
Yeah,
okay.
stinks of defeat.
The weapons may not have worked, but this time I have a plan to win Nash's heart that's foolproof. Kaiden awards his strongest and fiercest officers with special ranking insignias. Nashwa couldn't refuse such a prize. Would you go get them from the Duran loyalists for me? I'll go, but you're already proven to be able to handle that sort of thing. You know, if you want to impress a girl, maybe doing it yourself might work a bit better. Are you coming to tell me how I should give Kasib a chance too? Cause I'm already getting tired of it. I'd much rather talk about the Insurgents' intelligence network. They're short on supplies and reinforcements. Now that they lost their commander, it's perfect time to strike. The most important members of the intelligence network are Shiran Arcanists and their Tuwangi Froglars. Aw, Froglars! That sounds really cute. Just eliminating them will keep dozens of soldiers safe, but if you can recover documents from them, that will help even more. The witches are connected to the power of the Titans by Yujic energy. Ouija board. Even if we can eliminate the witchers, well, we would be in trouble if we would be eliminating the witchers. There's lots of Yujic ore around, so reinforcements can always be brought in to fill the places. We need someone to sever the connections from the Yujic ore to the Tyrant's Overwatch and Frigid Rigil. I don't know how to do that, but I'll try.
No honor like soldiers' honor.
It's not
These
you.
troubles make
it
us
is you.
stronger.
The mercenaries are nothing after they're gone toe-to-toe with the Shiran witches and polykinds. The sound of their spells sizzling through the air, well, you think the mercenaries give you nightmares? There aren't words for what the witches will give you. If someone could get them off the field, we would have a much easier time of things. Off the field. Hint, hint. I don't suppose I can just like approach and be like, please, go, get off the field. Go and stand in that puddle over there. Do not trample the grass. Please. You can trample the glass if you want, just not the grass. It is very important. Who aggroed on me? Once again, 15, but this time there's a chance that more than one will drop per pile. Honestly, not that bad. This is much preferable to 20. Much preferable to 20. Hello! Aww, look how cute they are! Why are they called froglings? They're absolutely adorable. Excuse me, I'm just here for the Ouija ore. Don't know. Oh, just collect 4 open. Like, I don't know what to actually do with it. Hopefully somebody else does. Look at all these wonderful ladies with tiny little wonderful ladies next to them. That's so cute. Might have even pulled too many. Aww. The ladies can go home if they wanted to, but they don't wanna. Well, apparently it didn't. Apparently I still need one more. That's perfect. And no more are needed. Very nice. You still need one ore though. And that looks suspiciously like something I may need. I don't know, it kinda is like big, dark, and stands out. So, you know, I have a sense. Way! With a few well-placed strikes, a small fragment of the structure breaks off. That Ow! Okay, so that is done. What else is... Oh, hello. What else is here? Apparently her. Well, that's nice. I thought that I did something wrong with the big thing. No, I did not. Good. All is good in here. We have some Arcanists and Loyalists in here. Ah, so those are the Froglars. Oh, I called tiny girls frogs. That's not very nice of me. Yep, another one where I can get multiple ranks. Perfect. Not so much with the special bros, but that's fine. Perfectly fine by me. Is that a head? Probably stone shaped like a head, but hard to tell. Where are you going? Come back! Have the pokey pokey. Not pokey pokey if you go away. Maybe you shouldn't have given your frogs some secret documents. That might have kept me from figuring them out for longer. So there's one like in this direction. I bet you're not my one. You're not the one, you're just a one. Probably not the right way of reaching this base, but it works. Aye. Well, there goes the fake Kaiden. That wasn't so hard. His soldiers did not even react. They were like, huh? Those are such tiny horses! None of you are this tidgy. What are they for? But you also count as a loyalist. They're fairly spread out. Not impossibly, but not the greatest. Trust me, would be better. And not all of them even drop an insignia. Well, that's annoying. Did some of you forget your insignias at home? Is that it? Just that's not being very much prepared for work. I mean, it's better than the guys that forgot their heart at home and did not bring that to work. Even though I don't know how did that work, but... So, your special insignia sounds like the kind of thing that you shouldn't forget, and like that dude completely forgot about it. This one was a good soldier and didn't. Please group up. Be good boys. Bring your insignia to work and take a buddy with you. This one did not have a buddy and did not bring their insignia to work. There we go. Now I'm gonna not give it to the boy and go and impress all the ladies on my own. That seems reasonable. I see that I should bring the head of the traitor to Narnia, and my brain just goes, Narnia. That's where should we bring the head of the traitor to Narnia. That makes perfect sense. But my inventory is not flooding with things yet. Hello!
Fight is a true test.
No matter how brave you are, not having to face the witches again is a relief. Thanks. I don't know, they had like very cute enemies. Great job, now those hags can't cause any more trouble. Outstanding. If Kazib is so desperate to impress me, he could do something brave and useful like this. Not saying he's not a good person, just not what I'm looking for right now. Enough about Kazib. Here's your reward. You seem to be talking awfully lot about him.
We're all brothers here.
Nasha will surely fall in love with me when I bring her these. I can't thank you enough, but this reward is a start.
I have heard of you.
I don't know how you heard of me. I mean, you sent me off to do some quests, but I suppose you might have just completely forgotten about it. Outstanding. The traitor's army has lost its right arm with Tushara's death. The end of our battles is in sight. Interesting. This is all you could chip off? The sorcerers in the rear camp will have to look carefully at this. Good work. I mean, you didn't actually tell me to make a big piece. You just told me to make a piece. What's that you're holding? Did you waste my potion and cut Gufran's head off? Oh no, that's not Kaiden, I know it. I mean, it didn't seem likely that Kaiden would betray us. Take this head to Marul in Arcanum. Do it quickly.
You hungry?
That's probably in teleport scroll. Don't really have an Arcanum teleport scroll, but I do still have plenty of Safe Haven teleport scrolls, which should be bringing me directly there. And it's perfect, because I still have a quest to report there. And then I have a zone above me. And also Frost Reach, which just sounds like a place where I should also be being sent to.
What's the matter?
I don't know if I can ever repay you for this. On the behalf of people of Arcanum, I thank you. And you all are thanking me with cards. Hurrah! Huzzah! Beautiful, beautiful card collection. I am gonna have all the cards. Well, probably not all the cards, but I'm gonna have some cards before the game shuts down. Right, I was right. Oh, that's such a relief. Show that around so we can clear Kaiden's name as quickly as possible. Freya will also want to hear about this. Show her as soon as you cleared Kaiden's name. Look, this not be the Kaiden. What do you mean it wasn't Kaiden? One of Thulsa's servants. Where did it go? Where did he get Kaiden's armor? Think the general is still alive? Apparently, the right answer to do you think the general is still alive is I understand. I am not entirely convinced my character isn't an actual robot.
Can I help you?
So? What do I care about Kaiden's honor? Those rebels killed my family. Whoever was leading them, there ain't nobody's head going to change that. Gonna change the fact that the rebels are killing villagers left and right. Well, we're doing what we can. That's not good enough, is it? Doing the best you can doesn't stop anyone from dying. You're like reinforcement army, but honestly, I am the best reinforcement army there is, and currently I am all glowy and sparkly and special effect happening everywhere. My armor is extra glittery.
When I dream of
I knew it. I knew something strange was happening. Where did the imposter go? Right here. Well, that seems unnecessary. But at least we have proof it wasn't Kaiden now. Freya will be pleased.
Attention!
Kaiden isn't a traitor? Can you prove it? Look at this. Whoa! I had, huh? Well, so there that is, right there in your hands. Okay, got it. Wasn't Kaiden. I'm just gonna walk over there now. Please stop showing me a head. So, I did pick up an Elementia travel scroll. Good. That means I can now visit the Tempest Reach place. Have a few reports in there. Seems like they might be of the important variety. I do really like this armor. Very, very sparkly. I approve. I like the sparkle. Plus the main color is quite nice because it's kind of hollow. I don't know who came up with the name hollow, but it is an actual color thing. I know from a very specific nail artist that I used to watch on YouTube at some point. You guys look big, but apparently not big enough to be of any importance. So I'm just gonna ignore that you guys exist. Ooh.
Greetings.
Huh, well, I won't say I'm not surprised. Arcanum has been ignoring us for months now, but better late than never, thank you. I'll send someone to Arcanum and coordinate with Karim. But since you're here, maybe you could help out. We need everyone we can get, especially with all the undead roaming
Federation.
around. Okay. After the storm hit, the weather got even worse. Don't listen when people tell you it's a nice day. They're putting on a good face. I don't know, it's a fairly nice day, actually. It's very clear. I mean, I can hear the storm, but I can't see the storm. If you got any fight left in you, we'll sure appreciate someone eliminating Death Brush's chargers. If you bring back their bells as proof, I'll even reward you.
Remember why you fight.
The undead all over the coast may once have been people who lived here before the storm, but whatever they were, they're monsters now. We need to stop them before they attack our cannon. Blast it! The villagers tried to rebuild the settlement, keep getting attacked by Osugun Ice Lords and frosted skeletal thralls. Meanwhile, they're telling me they're out of ash for cement. Let's kill two birds with one stone, so to speak. Kill those undead and collect their bones. And we'll see if we can build our palaces from dead people. That's not creepy at all. Perfect.
A meeting of allies.
Not you.
An honor to see you.
We're to wait? Good. I heard you were in the area. You heard about our mana gauges, right? Okay, here's the problem. As soon as we installed the gauges, the gauge gouge word, the undead moved in. I never saw so many in one place. Unless I missed my guess, this is closest work. How can I help? Sent one of our researchers, Versa, to collect the results from the gauges we put along the shore of Icefang Inlet, but she hasn't come back. Can you go look for her? I surely will.
Honor to soldiers.
What would Carpenter like? If I had a hammer, I could kill some Osagans. I had no trouble getting here, but now I'm blocked in. I've got workers, materials, and tools for rebuilding projects, but between myself and them, the path is full of Osagan Frostwalkers and icy skeleton minions. Need a damn Federation soldier just to... Hey, you're a Federation soldier! What are you waiting for? Clear out those undead for me so I can get the build underway.
I didn't do it.
Federation soldiers sure do a lot of killing. A Mancer is rebuilding many of the houses the storm destroyed, but as you can see, trees don't grow well out here. He needs some help collecting usable lumber from the damaged buildings. I can help do that. You can find a lot of unused timber and scrap around the abandoned house near the frost wastes. Could be solid if you just knock off the ice. I hope that there's enough for Mancer to finish his work. We would all like our lives to go back to normal. Alrighty then. It's killing time, and also timber time. You have to, you know, make sure that you temper the killing time with some good timber time. You're half dead from like me waving my things once. You're still capable of pushing me back, which is not very nice. Oh, hello, you're not very dead. I was gonna say not very alive, but he was very alive. Well, he was barely alive. I suppose none of the statements are true. Hello, mister. I see it's bring your children to work day, huh? It would be a shame if something were to happen to them. I have 6 out of 12 of something. I wasn't reading. And then 3 out of 12 of something else. I am about to have all the wood done. All the wood are belong to us.
You need my help?
Excuse me?
Farewell, hero.
If you need anything, you should probably check in with someone else. I don't know, you seem to be standing in a fairly bad spot, my dude. You sure you're fine? Do the undead not torment you so? Well, that's more bone ash for me. I don't suppose I can just come back and go, well, I couldn't find any lumber. You see, somebody was actually using it at the time. Was just that dude at the house going, may I help you with something? Like, it was a completely normal occurrence. So 7 out of 12 bone ash. So have nearly got all the fragments that I need. I suppose sometimes I wave my sword so hard that everybody just kind of crumbles to dust. Sometimes I just really can't get the fragments. I feel like I should get some ash at that point, but I suppose my character thinks differently. Like, whoop, this person ground it to dust, I suppose there's nothing I can do. I've reclaimed some wood. And now build a base. Wait, wrong game. We cannot now build a base. That's all the bone fragments that I needed. Not all the overlords that I need. Not nearly, but still not all. Ooh. Dry glass? Hello there.
Such refinement.
Thank goodness, a soldier. An Ossagun Ice Lord attacked me and I had to flee. If I hadn't been for that bard, you'd be rescuing a corpse. Played her harp and the monsters just scattered. Unfortunately, the Ice Lord took the mana wave maps with the research data I've collected. Can you help me get them back? We need the information. Alrighty then. I'ma go poke some more pokey dudes. At least she doesn't want me to poke a lot of pokey dudes, just like one or two. I think one or two pokey dudes will be enough. I poked your pokey dudes!
Style meets style.
Thank you for your help. Do you think I can lean on you one more time? I couldn't reach the last 2 mana gauges because of the Ice Lords. When you find them and fetch their results, just follow the path up the hill. Once you retrieve the mana wave maps, take them to Matt Hill at the Beacon Point Garrison. That is very close. If she wasn't lying when she said up the hill. It was a piece of parchment sticking from the inside. Is that a good thing? Are they supposed to be doing that? I'm not a professional at reading red cubes. Oh, I read all the red cubes I could. Okay, somebody wrote me a note. I did not realize that. I thought I was just making some readings. Is it the mysterious lady bard? Are you the lady? Yeah, you're the lady boy. Aw, you look so incredibly sweet. Why isn't this a class?
How can I help?
I love your outfit. Do you see that cyclone? Zenobia, goddess of storms, lay her lover Tanis to rest at its center. It kept the waters calm over his grave so the descendants can reap the bounty of the area. What a sad story. Not so sad as to what Tulsa's followers have planned. They're using tombstones to consecrate his necromantic power around Yanni's crypt. They want to bring Yanni's back undead. Zenobia froze the sea to stop it temporarily. If only we knew more about Tulsa's magic. Maybe we could find a more permanent solution. I know someone. A researcher. And perhaps there's hope for Tempest Reach. Please help me. Tell your researcher friend what is happening and find a way to stop Tulsa. Oh, wow. Okay. My researcher friend is 1.5 miles away from here. Like, excuse me, got a couple of things to settle first, and wow, you're far away. Now here's another question. Where's Tera? Not where I am. Okay, in a different map. Got it. It seems I need some skeletal minions that are different than the other skeletal minions that I've been fighting in the area before. It seems that I have missed with my abilities. Because I'm just not that great at hitting things. You would think that I would be pretty good at hitting things considering that that's my job, but no. I've just gotten really lucky up to this point. Hello? Hello! What a nice little lively family reunion we have here. One more should do. Yay! Oh, wrong button. Right button. I want my horse, not my potion. Very conveniently, everyone kept on giving me the same potions, so I currently have good 600 odd of them. My potions did not require an upgrade for quite some time now, so it seems.
For the Federation.
Looks like you got plenty of kicking you still. Good work. Wow, you're persistent. Goodbye.
Looking for me specifically?
Well done, Martawake. I know this isn't technically the right sort of ash for the job, but those undead are so tenacious that the mix should be sturdy at least. We're making buildings out of dead people.
Good to meet you.
Nice work, Fetty. Now it's time for me to get to work.
Welcome.
Have my lumber. Bah, the ice goes all the way through. I'll be lucky if half of it holds together, just like every other bit of wood in this place. No waste not, want not. Luckily, I'm the best carpenter in Vestonia. Good on you, my dude, praising yourself.
I have a moment for you.
It'd be nice to treat those hard-working people to a little luxury for their help, but we're down to rations and hardtack. I know Holwyn have been exploring the shipwrecks. Would you mind asking her if she's found anything better in there? Oh, got this food prepared for the workers, but they're all too busy to come and have a meal. They can't work on empty stomach. But I know it's not as exciting as you would usually do, but could you deliver this food to workers? All right. I will. That's the worker, and that's the person. Okay. So is the worker just the dude that was just standing over there going, what would you like? And it's like, kind of besieged by undead here? Are you okay? You know, like, yeah, it's fine. It's a lovely day today, isn't it?
You need my help?
I was just starting to get hungry. You must have read my mind. Thanks. Where art thou? Oh, closer and closer to the shipwreck investigator person, so convenient direction for me. That being said, what shipwreck? Was there a sea? Did I miss one?
Keep it together.
Probably under the ice. Thank you. Okay. Maybe not the shipwreck. Maybe it is planes. This sounds like a fake camp. One of those the game throws down when they don't want to actually have you, like, in a place with a little flaggy flag. The like you don't get flaggy flag.
Hey.
Looks
You are killing
tasty.
me.
For the
Hello.
Federation.
As luck would have it, yes. Well, that is to say, yes, we have found a lovely stash of wine on board. But before we could recover it, we were overrun by undead monsters. Look, I'm not a coward, but I'm not staring down those drowned gula bastards for some wine. No matter how delicious and fancy and well balanced. Martha, could you get the wine? For volunteers, I mean.
An honor to see you.
Now let's get to worst scouting missions. Now, Jorif wants me to go up into those frozen frigates, and by the way, scrolling what frigid Osgans and then Deathfrost Cavaliers. I'll never make it back alive. For the safety of your fellow Federation soldiers, could you clear the way? Can you do that thing for me? Sure.
I miss home.
I ran out of water, so I melted some snow and drank that. Now my stomach is killing me. I can hardly stand, let alone work. I've heard that wispy ice flowers are a good cure for stomach aches, but I can't go hunting for plants. Can you pick me a flower? I'll pick your flower. The Dark Archness should be at Mount Tyrannus with the rest of the trader's army, but we spotted several down on the ice. No idea what they're doing, but you know as well as I do that it's better to stop them before they get things underway. We don't need a second Mount Tyrannus out here.
Greetings, friend.
And you! It's difficult to detect the silent movements of these spiritual wraith and soul eater wraiths. That's one reason they killed so many. Please eliminate those creatures for the safety of the coastal villages. For the people! Anyway, when we come back, we're doing just that. Inside the Tempest, I have achieved a lot more than I thought I would, and a lot less than I thought I would. I kinda flew past the friggin' Asenia, because that was just the main story questline place, which was really weird. And I am currently in Tempest Reach, which once again had a lot of quests, which not expect after flying through a whole zone. I am gonna try and come back here tomorrow. I am gonna be focusing on this pretty heavily, just to see that we make it through before the game shuts down. Well, hey, my outfit is really, really pretty. So thank you all that have been being here, and I will see you the next time. Toodaloo.